He kind of kicked it all off, really. That his best run ever at the World Championship. It was Michael van Gerwen who sent him home in the end. So how far can he go this time around? Up against Willie O'Connor here. Probably couldn't have had it any easier in his opener. A 3-0 win over Bav Patel, average in the mid-90s. He's made it to the third round a couple of times before, so trying to make it for a third time. Now these two, they've met 3 times this year already. Dobey has won 2 of those. But Willie O'Connor, well, he's won their most recent meeting. That was on the Pro Tour just a couple of months ago. So how will this meeting go then? For the last time tonight, I'll hand you over to comms and our team of Glenn Durrant and Dan Dawson.
Thank you very much, Emma. Yeah, Willie did win their most recent meeting. Dobey averaging over 100 and losing. And that's been a common theme for Chris Dobey. But it's been a common theme over the last few years. If Dobey gets beaten, he often gets beaten while playing well. And so it takes a list of the great and the good to beat this man, particularly at the World Championship. Michael van Gerwen last year, of course, the likes of Gary Anderson, even you, Glenn Durrant. But you did have to be good to stop him.
Yes, he's consistency is the word for me for Chris Dobey at the moment, and that, you know, that Masters win for him was fantastic. When you just look at the names that we beat in that competition, I was just reminding myself tonight in preparation this game, but a really tough opponent in Willie O'Connor. You mentioned the fact I've played Chris Dobey on that stage and won. Well, I've also lost to this man in your picture right now, and it was a beating. And what I do remember of that game was how nice he was to myself and my family, with a Christmas message afterwards. So if I can just replicate that and say, whatever happens in this game, Willie, Merry Christmas and all the best to your family.
Well, Willie O'Connor wished Chris Dobey a Merry Christmas after his first round win. But they're playing before Christmas, so he's hoping to kind of ruin it. And it kind of would ruin it for Dobey. As the world number 17, a guy who's made the third round minimum for the last 5 years, and of course a quarter-finalist here last year, he will kind of be expecting to go on a run. Although it is a brutal bit of the draw. This is a horrible opening game for Chris Dobey. Willie O'Connor is a tough test. Ross Smith awaits the winner, the world number 17. You're in the same little section as the world number 1, Michael Smith. Rob Cross is lurking in there.
Yeah, and sometimes you can get that frustration where you see other parts of the draw opening up a little bit, and you see that none of the seeds have gone out in your section. But you won't overlook Willie O'Connor. I thought he just looked a little nervous as on the walk on there, Chris, but this guy, he's not one for reputations. He just thinks about himself. He doesn't care who he's playing, and you're absolutely right. It's a tough ask for Chris Dobey, but he's in the form of his life, and if he can transfer his practice darts, let me tell you, he'll go very, very far.
It's an unfortunate bounce out for Willie O'Connor. It could cost him a dart at double. He may not be allowed back to the board. Well, doesn't find the 57 that would have given him a dart at bullseye, but sets it up brilliantly.
Yeah, real tester early, just keeping nice and straight, but that's even better. The Brucey bonus is the treble. Can he finish the combination? It's double 10.
17.
Well, it turns out the bounce out didn't do any damage. He got 2 darts at double, but it still wasn't enough. Dobey to break in the opening leg. Yes, very, very good.
I mean, expect some big averages. The last 5 times they've played each other, Chris Dobey's had 4 averages over 100 against Willie O'Connor, and in 2 of them he lost. His worst average in the last 5 matches between himself and Willie is over 98. So Chris will feel good about the relationship of who he's playing, but he knows how tough of an ask it absolutely is.
Well, that's the weird thing with Chris Dobey. The numbers are right up there with everybody. He's up with the very best performers this year, and yet there is a Masters title, his first major, and not a great deal else. You know, last 16s in quarterfinals, but no other finals, no other semi-finals. He has been brilliant and consistently brilliant, and not quite got his rewards.
Yeah, 38 averages over 100 he's put in, but 24 against him as well. So not only is he posting big averages, people are hitting big averages against him because he plays at a nice pace. He's a big scorer, as you will see there, and that just inspires you. So Willie O'Connor approaches the board there thinking he needs a minimum 140 just to match his opponent, and that can bring the best out of you.
I mean, that opening leg here is the first leg that Willie O'Connor has lost in this tournament, having beaten Bav Patel 9-0 in legs, only giving Patel 1 dart at double at the end of a massive combination finish.
Yeah, the highlight of that also was Willie's finishing in that one. It was over 60%, which is a fantastic ratio. Totally different match right now. He looks really focused. He's finding the treble as well.
Oh, I like it. Stays on the treble 20. He had marker darts. Bit of a dead cat shot. Does it distract Dobey from his task? Probably not. Double top. Laser-like focus from Hollywood.
Absolute nerves of steel is Chris Dobey. And again, you talk about these quarter-finals and semi-finals. He knows, he understands, he knows what he needs to do to take. He's working hard behind the scenes. He's got good management, good friends, a lot travel down to London as well. He's in a good space. He's a wonderful character, but fiercely determined when he's up there.
Very good from Willie O'Connor. Second 180.
Yeah, arguably the best night of darts I've had so far at this fantastic World Championships. And like I said, when you follow the games, that's happened tonight. But I also felt this had the ingredients to be a real cracker.
Well, Dobey's going to need 3 big trebles to get to a finish. Willie O'Connor has left himself in a bogey number, but it doesn't really matter because Dobey is not going to get to any kind of checkout.
Yeah, get to a stage now where Chris is probably already thinking of the next leg where he'll have his darts. Maybe not now. 6 darts he's thinking from 194. 88 certainly not a gimme.
He's got 1 treble. And another single to double, and Willie O'Connor may only end up with 1 at the bullseye here. To the 18th segment. Double 7. Willie O'Connor misses. He is 0 for 3 on the doubles. Chris Dobey is 2 out of 2 so far.
His heart will be racing. Can he go set up? It's double 10.
44.
Chance missed to wrap up the set in 3 quick legs. Willie O'Connor splits. It leaves double 2. And now double 1. And double 1 is pinned. I think he was looking at the 6, but he's gone 6 or a 10. They're right next to each other. He knows that even the 10, he's got 2 darts at double, even if he misses inside. It's not the worst miss in the world. It's quite sensible play, isn't it?
57.
You know, honestly, he's probably going for the wire. You're actually aiming between the two of them. Sometimes just let fate decide. And fate was on the side of Willie O'Connor, and Chris will be thinking, this, I should be walking off now and
85.
just going through my preparation for the second set. So he just has to remain focused. Whereas Willie will be thinking, I'm right back in this now, and if I can break Chris here, I'll go favourite.
Yeah, well, we've had one of the finest examples of how sets and indeed entire matches can turn with Florian Hempel this evening. If you don't put your opponent away, there is a chance they do something astonishing. Dobey wanted to stay on the 20s because the ton 40 leaves a finish. Well, that's out the window now.
Yeah, there hasn't been many trebleless visits, so that last one there was a bit of a saver there for Chris, but another treble here for O'Connor.
99.
Very much in the balance, this one.
Oh, follow it, surely. Just like that, and another would leave double 18. That's exactly what he's got. It's perfect approach play from Dobey.
And some of the setup play in this competition has been fantastic. When you see 216, you're thinking minimum 140. The maximum's a real delight. Can he see the leg out?
Double 18 is found. Chris Dobey, a very, very impressive start to this one. The Geordie takes the opening set for the loss of just 1 leg. He's averaging 103.
Alexander Palace, and it's a case of can he dart, bonny lad, for Chris Dobey in that first set as he averages over 103 in a superb performance. Excellent on the doubles as well, and a real highlight was that 100 finish under pressure, so job well done in the first set for Chris Dobey. But good signs also for the Magpie, Willie O'Connor. Just a couple of missed doubles, the real deciding factor. Heel knows he's still very much in this game, and a really important set coming up for the Irishman, that's for sure.
Yeah, the Geordie, Chris Dobey, spends his time when he's not playing darts cheering on the Magpies. He's giving one a bit of a shoe-in in the early stages here. Willie O'Connor not quite playing as well as he was against Bhav Patel, but it's very difficult when you're facing a barrage like that Dobey has chucked at him in the early stages. We also know, though, Dobey can sustain this sort of stuff. You've seen him chuck in ton-plus averages on a semi-regular basis. Willie O'Connor can do the same, but he's not been doing it as regularly as Hollywood has over the last 12 months, certainly.
Like many of the elite players these days, the good front runners, he looked a little nervy on the walk-on. He absolutely proved the opposite to that, and he'd be feeling really good about himself, and he's saying, well, I took the first set there, Willie, now it's over to you. Whereas he'll feel he's on a little bit more of a freebie to do this one, but he has the darts, he's looking good, he's finding the trebles. Good times for Chris Dobey right now.
Willie O'Connor hit back, raise the eyebrow in frustration there, landing low on the treble 20. There was a period when Willie O'Connor was playing his absolute best stuff, around about 2019, which is when he won his PDC title, made some Euro Tour finals. He was on the up in the game. He was one of the biggest 180 hitters around. That scoring power isn't really part of his game in the same way at the moment, but it can return for little spells. He may need one or two spells like that in this game.
Willie O'Connor is one of the few players who used to use the pair flight, and when you were watching him in action, like many of the players, if the first one goes in like that, the rest would follow. But I can see it's a slightly changing shape these days for Willie from the time I played him on that stage.
96.
For Chris Dobey, the whole thing is about this beautiful, elegant throw of his. It's going to be tested here.
Staying on the 20 segment, and that'll be the bullseye. It's only for a holder throw. It's not quite there. Chance for Willie O'Connor.
It's just one of those finishes that we've been chatting about all night. These are the ones that have to go. And it does go clean and clinical as well. Fist pump to boot. Willie O'Connor's feeling really good about himself. The body demeanour, the stuff he's giving off there is just pure positivity, despite the fact he's a set down.
Well, that break of throw puts Willie in charge of the set.
137.
I think one of my favourite attributes about Willie O'Connor is he's courageous. He doesn't care for reputations. And he's going to take darts like that to stop him.
He does have the mentality of a boxer. Does do a bit of boxing. I remember him coming to Ali Paddy one year. Had a black eye that hadn't quite left him in time for the start of the tournament. Ooh, Dobey. Looking to give Willie another black eye here. He's on the 9.
Well, if the nerves have increased in the comms box, this is unbelievable darts from the pair of them. They do often bring the best out of each other.
The 7th dart doesn't find the mark, and it's one of those legs where he was on the 9 darter, he doesn't get it. He is on a 10 darter, but he might have needed the 9 darter because Willie O'Connor for a 4-visit leg on throw.
Well, it was missed doubles in the first set, but Willie, can he correct it? This is a real big dart in this contest. Double 16.
12 score. Christian required 32.
What a leg to win. What a leg to lose. Brilliance from the pair of them. He's not moving. He's moving now. And he can't find the target. They both had chances.
Yeah, I totally agree with you there as well. I was surprised he didn't move on that first one, just to open the bed. Sometimes you can just get a kiss off that first dart. Unexpected chance for Willie O'Connor.
That's where it needs to be. Willie O'Connor 2-0 up in this set.
When they play each other, they put together some fantastic games and averages. Right this moment, Dobey's averaging well over 100, and Willie O'Connor's just shy of 100.
What's it like, Glenn, when you have a leg like that? You've gone 6 darts into the 9, in Dobey's case, you end up losing. You had a chance, didn't make it. You must feel like you put so much good work in, it was for nothing.
You just get an incredible rush of adrenaline, and it's an unbelievable amount of numbers, I am sure, without having the stat of how many players lose the leg when they're on for a 9, because it's very difficult to describe, but it's just trying to manage this incredible momentum of adrenaline going through your body. But he's in again.
It's a great response.
I thought one of the best performances was from Ryan Joyce in the first round, and he, in the chat we were speaking to, sort of thanked with the practice he's doing with this man. And what Chris is telling us, he's practiced incredibly well. He feels good.
89.
Sensible play there from Dobey. No need to entertain going for the bullseye at the end, with Willie not on a finish. Give himself 3 clear darts at double 16, although he'll be under pressure.
Well, there's under pressure, and then there's a set-up player like that. He's been here before as Dobey.
These two are knocking lumps out of each other in this set. Dobey gets his first leg of it, but there are huge scores flying around all over the place.
I mean, Willie O'Connor is a Players' Championship winner. He's been in 2 European Tour finals. He's reached the semi-final of a major. He's a cracking player, and not somebody you want to play on your first game. You've seen seeds fall. This is a chance for Chris Dobey to make his statement, but boy, he's in a battle right now.
93.
Yeah, he's got an incredible record, Willie O'Connor, of winning in the last 96 of this tournament. But at this stage, he's only ever gone beyond it once.
He's a fantastic challenge for anyone, Willie O'Connor. You know, when you're beating Willie, you know you're playing really well, and it just looks like he means business tonight, doesn't he?
Yeah, smart use of the board to get down to a finish. Dobey is going to get to a finish himself. Oh, an extra treble would have made such a difference there.
Well, there's ways of winning a set, and there's ways of winning a set.
34.
Would have been a stunner, but it's a nice leave, accidentally. And he will get to come back looking at the double 18. Dobey looking to thread one between those two. Can't quite manage it, but 80 is very makeable, particularly the way these two are playing right now. The switch to double 9. It can be tricky. Not too tricky for the Magpie, who levels this match up. 1 apiece. Ultimate night of action before the Christmas break, and what a night it's been, because Willie O'Connor and Chris Dobey are putting on a show. Willie O'Connor levelling up the match with that double 9 in a set where he averaged more than 110. Dobey averaged more than 106 himself, but trudges off knowing that it's level at 1 set each in a race to 3. This is how it's all unfolded this evening. The resurrection of Florian Hempel in the opening game, coming from way back against Dimitri van den Berg to knock out the world number 15. Martin Schindler, another German winner, a very impressive display against Jermaine Watermaner. And Radek Zagansky put up a bit of a fight back, but Raymond van Barneveld, too classy, too good, too smooth, and he's through to the post-Christmas action. Only one of these two can join those winners in the third round, and right now it's a difficult one to call because Dobey was electrifying to start. He's not really dropped off at all. Just Willie O'Connor was magnificent in set 2, Glenn Durham.
Willie O'Connor's just a big-time player. I mean, in his last 33 games, he's had one average over 100. But put him on that stage where people are maybe not speaking about him as much, and it's more about Chris Dobey. He's currently averaging well over 100. He knows what to do on that stage. He's a tough man to beat, we've said a couple of times, but look at those numbers.
Yeah, ridiculous set from Willie O'Connor. Having said that, Dobey did have chances to win 3 of the 4 legs played in that set. Unable to take them.
Yeah, but what Chris does these days, he doesn't look behind, he doesn't think of the previous set now, and just the classy 3 darts there, that 140 is giving him control very early in this leg.
Well, I mentioned Willie O'Connor was probably at his best, certainly most successful back in 2019. That is the time when he got past this round for the only time, beat James Wilson, who was the seeded player, and look at him go here. Look at him go! 8 180s in the match, evenly split at 4 apiece.
Well, there's some fantastic boxing happening this weekend, and we have got a real slugfest here. It's just punch after punch. Look at the scoring phase between these two.
89. Chris should require 84.
Just remember, this is for a breaker throw, this 84. He just has a look at the score there. Doesn't need to. It's in his hands. That is clinical. Superb dart from Chris Dobey. You've just watched your opponent average just shy of 111. You go trudge off, as we stated, as he comes, but he's come back there, and that was a real electrifying leg, and takes control of this third set.
96.
11 darter from Dobey. His turn to take control of a set where his opponent had the darts. He did that in set 1. Willie O'Connor hit back in set 2, doing exactly the same. But this is special from Dobey.
Yeah, I just think the Premier League really, I mean, the Masters obviously was the catalyst, but he just looked so good in the Premier League, and very typical of Dobey, who's putting monster averages in, but just walking into a real juggernaut, wasn't he? And he was unable to become the second North East player to win the Premier League. La Boche. Take that, Dobey, lad. I can hear everyone in the Bedlington Workmen's Club screaming at the Smoggy right now.
90.
O'Connor won't leave a finish.
97.
Dobey to open up. 2-leg gap, set it up, take it out. That's all he'll be looking to do.
Set-up play again, Dan.
Well, this is phenomenal. We're only in the 10th leg. That's the 10th 180.
And the only thing, Chris might be looking around there. He wants to hear the score here. I think the fact that treble's gone in there, he may go direct on this double 19. He probably still hasn't even made the decision up until now. Decides to split. Good decision? Maybe.
22. Will he require
Just offers up an opportunity. You fancy him to get the treble he needs in one of his first 2 darts. There it is. And there's the big number. Double top it'll be. Oh, not even close.
What a game this is. He's already hit this double 8. The double 16s to be the Achilles heel for Chris Dobey. He's been solid on that double 8. He leads 2-0.
Third leg, Willie the front first. Game on.
Yeah, he knew it was coming. Well, wouldn't you? They're not really missing much either of them.
There's just certain players, when you play each other, you just know it's going to be a real ding-dong. And like I said, they've played each other 8 times already, and the numbers have At times been stratospheric between them. They just like the pace of each other. I think there's a lot of respect between them. Such an enjoyable game.
But Willie O'Connor must be thinking, just have a day off, Dobey. Like every time they play you, you're chucking a three-figure average. I think that's probably a sponsor rather than his nickname. If it is, it's quite Route 1.
100.
Well, who will be the Mr. Man in this game?
34.
Set up play again. Look where he leaves.
He's going to have to go for it as well. Oh, there's a 170. Right, you've seen him do it. You do it, Dobes.
Yeah, they seem to be following each other, don't they? Just a little look over, but he can't do it. He'll go down to the 19, surely.
40. Willie
Wow,
requires
from the big fish to the little
72.
fish. But Willie O'Connor boxes up that leg to take it, holds his throw, and asks Dobey the question whether he can do the same and close out the set.
I'm running out of the superlatives I had written down for the night. It's just been that good, from that incredible turnaround with the Dimitri van den Berg, Florian Hempel game. I thought that was the main course, but it was nothing more than the hors d'oeuvre. The main course has waited right till the end.
Well, look, so far in this match, each set has followed a pattern. And the first leg, the player thrown first is broken. Then they lose another leg. They manage to get one back and then lose the set. That happened in set 1 in Dobey's favour. It happened in set 2 in Willie O'Connor's favour. And so far, it's going that way here in set 3. But can Dobey close it out?
You can get that mid-match surge with players, but it's been so good this game. You just sense it's going through that. This is a really important moment time, and that can affect the darts. They're suddenly just beginning to miss the treble all of a sudden. They know the importance of a treble right now.
They are both playing so well. It would be a difficult task of themselves to find yet more gears. They are hoping the other one drops off, and it's not really happened at any point in this game. Look at Dobey again, piling in another big score.
Yeah, after that dart going low on the 20s there, you can panic a little bit, but both of these players are just putting on a real masterclass here. Both of them around that 100 average mark, which is a great indication, and just where he's finding that treble 20.
Halves his score, leaves a 2-darter. Willie O'Connor will fancy getting to something just as good.
Well, we've talked about the setup play. Now it's really important for Willie.
58.
Advantage Dobey.
Require 100.
Beautiful. But another couple of misses from Dobey.
Yeah, there's been one finish of 100 today in this match, and it was for Dobey. He knew that as he threw the darts, but he will be back.
56.
This is for a 2-set-to-1 lead. Big moment
To take the set. He does take the set, and Chris Dobey moves 2-1 up. And more important than that, Chris Dobey has the darts in this 4th set. 3 holes of throw, and Dobey makes it to the post-Christmas action.
Yeah, there was no way they were going to continue with that 110 average, surely. Just an 89 average there this time for Willie O'Connor, but Chris Dobey once again round about the 97 mark. It's a real performance, and I'm sure Ross Smith is watching this thinking, I don't think I fancy either of them. What a match that will be.
Well, whoever wins this brings their 180 hitting to the party. We could be in for another maximum fest featuring Ross Smith on this stage. Remember him versus Dirk van Dijvenbode last year with a record number of 180s at that stage of the tournament. But forget about that, because Willie O'Connor is piling in the maximums himself. Back to back. Dobey did it earlier, only went 6 darts into the perfect leg. Can O'Connor better it?
I didn't think this match could get any better. They're just bringing the best out of each other. Come on, Willie.
Misses the 8th dart, Willie O'Connor.
Chris require 140.
If they keep on at this pace, we might get one. We might get a 1-4-3. Couldn't get the treble 17.
I was about to throw me mic down that. It's just one of those matches that deserves to go the distance, where O'Connor has to do the hard work. The difference with the 9 darter attempts is Willie O'Connor did get over the line in the end. Beautiful game, Dan.
Another 10 darter for the night. Not just Florian Hempel who can ping him in.
57.
And a breaker throw, as every set has started with one.
You can also sense that Willie O'Connor, when he just begins to take control, Chris Dobey is able, and when he went trebleless with them first 3 darts, I did fear. And then Chris Dobey went down with a couple of treble 19s, and once again is just smashing that treble 20 to bits.
It is really hard to hit 180s, I assure you. But there have been 14 in this match already. There are more 180s than completed legs in this game. He doesn't want one here, or down for the 17s. Oh, it's unbelievable stuff.
9 darter attempts, 10 darter attempts, massive scoring, great finishing. Both players bringing the best out of each other. What a match.
Back-to-back 10 darters from Florian Hempel earlier. These two to do it as a team. Not quite. Well, a 12 darter will do. Truth be told, a 15 darter would have done. Chris Dobey breaks back, and once again he's in control of the set and indeed the match.
But did you see the response there from Willie O'Connor? Just a nod of appreciation to his opponent. What sportsmanship in the middle of battle, when both players are playing magnificently well. That was a real nice touch there, Willie O'Connor.
57.
Right, Chris Dobey is set to obliterate his record average at the World Championship. He's threatening to have his highest ever TV average. That came in the Premier League early this year. It was over 106. It is a standout display from Chris Dobey, one of the performances of this tournament so far. And yet, it could still turn.
He is so self-motivated, so goal-orientated. He knows where he wants to go in his career as Chris Dobey. But they're just words. It's getting up there and doing it. And getting up there against someone like Willie O'Connor, who's playing his A game. So just a little look over the score of Willie O'Connor. So no need for the flashy 164.
Well, just when I thought there might be a little bit of wilt in Willie O'Connor, he pops in a 7th maximum to remind Dobey the leg isn't won yet.
He's hit double 4 already.
60. Will he require 100?
Never give up in a leg of darts. Look at him gritting his teeth there.
He'll get a dart. A double 16. He takes his chance. Willie O'Connor looked for all the world like he was watching Chris Dobey go within a leg of victory, but 180, 105 out, 2 consecutive visits, clearing best part of 300 points in just 6 darts, has put him in charge of this set now.
And the sucker punch as well of a 140. Just imagine what Chris Dobey's thinking. He's played marvellous throughout, and we could be moments away from going to a last set decider. I think we are done.
118.
Spellbinding stuff.
I think every match tonight I've said either performance of the tournament or match of the tournament. It's just getting better and better and better.
Is it Dobey's turn to catapult himself back into a leg? Another max. He's averaging 111 for the set, and he might well lose it 3-1 at this rate.
He's lost the set with 106 average, and he's 46 points away and 110 plus average.
59. Will he require 46?
Willie O'Connor to take us to a deciding set. Just in the single 14 to leave double 16. And he gets it. And Willie O'Connor forces a deciding set. Chris Dobey hit 4 180s in 4 legs in that set and chucked in a 171 to boot and still lost it.
And once again, the sportsmanship between them. Look at them chatting and laughing. This is mid-battle. What a beautiful sight that is. We felt it was going to go all the way. It does go all the way. But each time there's a treble-less visit.
Well, we have seen some close games. We've seen some dramatic games. We've seen some high-quality performances. But in terms of both players being so high quality from start to finish, and it being so close, this is right up there.
59.
Willie O'Connor just doesn't look like he has a nerve in his body. He's just playing as if he's just playing down the local pub, doesn't he? He's just... It's a real strong attribute to have, and complemented with the skills that these two are producing right now.
Two trebles to get to a finish for Dobey. He's got him.
You just sit back and admire just that 20. Just... Is it extended?
Cruise require 167.
Is there a monster checkout? There could be. It is still on. Bullseye for Dobey. Oh my word!
Wow.
42. Will he require 80?
In the very early part of this match, Willie had 80. It was an important start to this match. How crucial is it here?
40.
High, wide and handsome chance for Chris Dobey. Hold your breath.
To double 4.
17.
Dobey misses a couple, and Willie O'Connor to hold his throw in this deciding set. He leads in this match, Willie O'Connor.
Second leg, Chris the throw first. Game on.
Lost the first set, managed to level it up. Lost the third set, managed to level it up. But this is the first time in the match that Willie O'Connor has been in front. Dobey was averaging 103 at the end of the first set. He's still averaging 103 now. But O'Connor has gone toe-to-toe with him.
Chris Dobey won the first set. The difference was the doubles at the end. They seemed to be scoring with each other at ease. And that tide has turned, and all of a sudden, when Willie O'Connor sees the double, he looks like the one to see it out. These are difficult moments for Chris Dobey.
16.
You wouldn't think so, though.
Well, that Rolls-Royce throwing action, that beautiful rhythm that Dobey has got, even under the most enormous pressure. He is able to rely on it and continue to throw world-class darts. But can it see him through this deciding set?
The hours and hours of practice, and that's what comes through now.
83.
However, when you're practicing, it's difficult to replicate the situation that you're in now. Now it's who wants it the most, and just something that you're not born with always, just that little bit of X factor about you.
95.
Well, he's thinking clearly. Once again, Dobey not trying to take the 1-2-7 finish out, just looking to set it up.
But look which double Chris Dobey's left. It's the one that's haunted him a little bit tonight. He's relied on double 8.
Game shot, stagger leg.
And that trend continues.
Dobey, third leg, Willie
2
the
sets
front
each,
first.
1 leg each. Nothing to separate these two.
Chris Dobey must find a break of throw in this deciding set.
Something as minor as a score of 40. It's the minimal mistakes. Can they be punished?
96.
Well, that's okay.
Willie O'Connor might be surrendering the advantage here. And Dobey might be wrestling it away from him.
This is only round 2, Dan.
1 runner, 40.
He'll go downstairs on 265. Needs to find a treble low to leave a finish. May go back upstairs with them blockers.
95.
Absolutely not. Straight through it.
Bullied his way through to leave the 170. Nearly took the 167 to find the break of throw he needs, and he's doing it again. He's just straight into the 10 segment there.
1 runner, 30.
Just a little bit of light relief that last start for Chris Dobey. What a time for the big fish. Can't be done. Good marker, you feel.
100.
Cracking dart.
Will he require 131?
It's on. He can't get the treble 14 that would have left on at 16. Willie O'Connor sets up and now hopes. Dobey missed 3 darts to break him in the opening leg of this set.
He's going to get 1 dart. Is he going to stick with double 16? He's missed it 7 times already. Not anymore.
Chris Dobey.
Listen to that roar.
Chris the throw first.
He had been all around that double 16, but as time was running out to find the break, he pins it.
He thinks he's back in the Gallagher end. Look at him go. What a moment. And look at that dart again. Oh, Chris Dobey, this is stunning.
1 runner, 40.
This has been world class from Chris Dobey, but there is still a job to do, and every single time
99.
he has had the upper hand, Willie O'Connor has hit back.
If I had admiration for Willie O'Connor before, it's gone up another couple of levels. It takes 2 to tango, and they just seem to be the right dance partner for each other.
1 runner,
Don't celebrate too early, young man.
Well, there was a wag of the finger, there wasn't there? Back-to-back ton 40s with the darts. Does he think he's got his man where he wants him?
1 runner, 40.
Be dangerous if you think he has.
What a dart, he'll stay there.
96.
Unless he thought it was a max.
Well, loose dart, he needs 2 trebles, and that's not going to happen. And Chris Dobey, the pressure is just eased a little.
Pressure require 125.
He approaches the yacht, he says, away, man.
Surely the treble 17 is a shot. He doesn't go 25 in bull from there.
Never in a month of Sundays.
85.
Just the most brilliant setup one more time. But this man has played just a wonderful part. It's been a real honour to commentate on this game. He's had his last 3 darts.
Chris Dobey has been brilliant. He has been tested. Double top. But he comes through the test. What a performance from Dobey. Perhaps his best ever of the World Championship, and it needed to be, because the Magpie kept on coming and coming and coming until Dobey finally put him away. 10 180s from Hollywood, 7 from the Magpie. A stunning game to round off the night, and a stunning performance in particular from Chris Dobey, the Northeast #1 Glendoran.
Absolutely so, rightly so. The Geordie juggernaut, what a performance, what a match. You wouldn't even know he's been involved in a thriller like that because he's got ice going through those veins, but what a performance. Absolutely outstanding, but fair play to Willie O'Connor. Just look at those numbers, Dan Dawson.
Absolutely stunning. He was averaging 103 from the first set, and he just carried on. There were moments, spells of brilliance from both men. There were 110 set averages, 108 set averages, but Chris Dobey, with the help of 10 maximums, prevails and sets up a mouth-watering last 32 game with Ross Smith. It will be the world number 17 Dobey against the world number 16 Ross Smith, and Dobey is on stage talking to Abby.
Chris, what an utterly ridiculous contest that